was born with a very bad malformation in her right foot, but it was a bad case of clubfoot. So when she was 1 year old, all the doctors recommended an amputation. We were deciding if we wanted her to join Dasa. We were having double thought because she was always around able kids and she was growing like almost a perfectly normal kid, like other people like to call. So we discussed with her and she said, Mom, I think that it would be a great thing for me to be around kids that will not see me like the different one in the group. So I will be with other kids that perhaps might be having more difficulties than the ones that I have. So it will be a great thing to be there, Mom, because I'm not going to be the only different one. So when she said that, we obviously said, this is it, she has to join Dasa.
Okay, you're killing me. Nice straight arms, okay?
I think that Dasa has been the best thing that we have done in many years. We are able to be around parents that go through the same struggles that we have been through, and I think that the parents, we feel like we have a support group, if you will. It's fun, and it's honestly a safe place to be, and we would love to be able to do more for Dasa.
Freestyle? Freestyle? Yeah. Okay. Ready? Go. Watch your leg right here, kick.
She's full of confidence and she knows that she's here with a purpose. And her purpose is to inspire others, and she does that very well.
I had bone cancer in my knee when I was 3 years old, and at that point I had my leg amputated. Well, sled hockey is quite similar to ice hockey. Really the only difference is we're sitting down in an apparatus called a sled. It's just as expensive as if you were to play stand-up. The sleds are about $750 to $1,000 if you go to the quality ones. And then the rest of the equipment probably, you know, somewhere between $500 and $1,000. You know, as a goalie, my stuff's more expensive, so you know, some of that stuff's really high dollar. Dasa has provided equipment for me in the past. They're actually, they're the ones that provided me with my original sled that I got started in. They're the ones that got me started in the sport. They're the ones that introduced it to me. If I didn't find them, you know, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know, they're basically the foundation to my successful career in the sport. I find sled hockey's unique. You feel more of the camaraderie because you have other guys that have gone through the same experiences you have. You know, whereas when I was playing stand-up, my peers, you know, none of them were disabled, none of them had a prosthetic, so it was hard to relate to them at times. But, you know, since being involved in sled hockey, I've felt that I've become more comfortable in who I am, and, you know, I can thank all that to Dasa.
I think Dasa is just awesome. It gives not just us in sled hockey, but gives kids and other adults the ability to play different sports that they might not be exposed to in the St. Louis area. So I really think it's great for the disabled population. It's greght for all of St. Louis, I think, just because you get to see what athletes guys are when they might be confined to a wheelchair or have a couple of prosthetic legs. You're still athletes, and we can do some amazing stuff if you just come and watch.
Anybody who gets into coaching gets into it hopefully for the same reason, and that's to make a difference in somebody's life. And whether it's able body or power soccer, that's what I got into it for, is to make a difference in people's lives. And Dasa has 3 different levels of power soccer. They've got more of a recreational where they come and practice. They've got a developmental squad that does some traveling for players who are more competitive. And then the team that I coach, you know, we're top 10 in the country, and we compete with some of the best equipment that the sport has to offer. The Dasa Mo Rush team that I coach has is by far the latest high dollar equipment on the market. These chairs cost on the low side $6,000 to $10,000, and it's soccer specific. As you can see in the background, this equipment moves quick, and it comes at a high dollar. A lot of the equipment needs new guards, needs bolts, just things so these players can feel good about themselves and be able to come to practice and compete. It costs money. Come and see what any of these sports and these kids do, and you can't give of your time or money, then yeah, walk away. But you're not going to be able to do that. You're going to see what these kids can do.